Welcome to No Place Like Home, the radio show, coming to you on WRXB 1590 AM, 96.5 FM, and Pinellas County Connection TV. This program is presented to you as an opportunity to hear information that can help you fulfill the dream of owning your very own home. We also share information about upcoming special events and programs to help you enjoy the good life in Pinellas County, as well as other items of interest. The sponsor of this program is the Housing Finance Authority of Pinellas County, which offers the First-Time Homebuyers Program. I'm Carmen Lemberg, alongside Julian Hills, your host for today's show. Good morning, Julian.
Good morning, Carmen. I'm still waking up a little.
Oh, you should have gone across the street for that coffee.
I should have. But I think we have a conversation today that'll pique my interest and keep me fully awake.
I think it will. It's going to be great.
Today, we'll be talking about the role of nonprofits and how they can help you in ways you may not have known. Coming up in a few moments, we'll speak to representatives with Tampa Bay Community Development Corporation, Vice President Carrie Vitale, and Home Ownership Center Manager Joe Goulart. Before we begin our discussion, Carmen, I know you have a message from our sponsor, the Housing Finance Authority.
As always, the Housing Finance Authority of Pinellas County is offering the First-Time Homebuyers Program, your key to home ownership, helping people in Pinellas, Pasco, and Polk counties make their dream of home ownership a reality. The First-Time Homebuyers Program is for individuals who have never owned a home, have not owned a home in the last 3 years, or veterans. The HFA, working through a specialized group of lenders, offers a low rate on its 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, and we can help you with down payment and closing costs as well. To get your key to home ownership, visit www.pinellascounty.org/HFA as in Housing Finance Authority. You can also call us at 727-223-6419 or email newhome@pinellas.hfa.com. Julian?
All right, now you have my full attention, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to our guests. Carrie Vitale has been part of the Tampa Bay Community Development Corporation, Tampa Bay CDC team for 23 years, and she's currently serving as the agency's vice president. Prior to coming to the Tampa Bay CDC, she worked in the mortgage lending industry for 15 years. Ms. Vitale manages Tampa Bay CDC's down payment assistance lending department, and she underwrites all assistance applications to help low to moderate income clients achieve their dreams of home ownership. To date, she has closed almost 4,000 assistance loans in Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough counties, awarding more than $26 million of state and federal funds. That is quite impressive.
Yes, it is.
Joe Goulart has been with Tampa Bay CDC for 5 years, and he was recently promoted to Home Ownership Center Manager. Joe is responsible for overseeing all counseling and home buyer education programs offered at Tampa Bay CDC. Prior to becoming manager, Joe conducted pre-purchase counseling to help clients with credit or financial challenges to become mortgage ready. And he also worked with clients facing foreclosure of their home. Joe is the agency's lead home buyer workshop instructor, conducting the 8-hour HUD-approved workshops required by many assistance programs and lenders. Quite important work. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
So, my first question, Carrie, can you give us the overview of the many services that Tampa Bay CDC offers?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here. And like you, Julian, I haven't had my second cup of coffee yet, but I think we'll all do well together
We'll
here.
get through it.
But Tampa Bay CDC has actually been around for this year will be 33 years. And we celebrated a major milestone this year. We surpassed helping our 50,000th client with our various services. So we're really very proud of that accomplishment. But we actually call ourselves a home ownership center because we help people from start to finish and beyond. We want to help people get into affordable homes, but we also are there for them after they buy their home. If they do get into some trouble, financial trouble, we're there to help them save their home. But we provide pre-purchase counseling for credit repair or financial budgeting assistance, and we offer foreclosure counseling. We do the various down payment assistance programs, home buyer education, and we also work with the state of Florida's hardest hit assistance program to, again, help people who are facing foreclosure. So we do a little bit of everything to get people into the home and keep them there.
That's an important part.
It is. It's huge. And now, correct me, but I thought you guys also did some home repair loans also?
Yes, that's part of our lending as well. And thank you, Carmen. Yes, we actually are working with Pinellas County and the City of Largo to offer residents who meet certain criteria, believe it or not, up to $40,000 to help repair their home. If they have emergency repairs they need, but we can also help with any code-related items that may need to be done, roof, plumbing, upgrade the kitchen. We can do a lot of things with $40,000 for sure.
Yeah, that is impressive. That is impressive. Now, I know your concentration is mostly on the down payment assistance program, and Tampa Bay CDC handles various county and city programs. Can you go more into detail about those?
Sure. We offer down payment assistance in Pinellas County, and I know there are programs in other counties as well. Like I've often said, the good news is there are a lot of down payment assistance programs. The bad news is there are a lot of down payment assistance programs, and it's sometimes hard to figure out which one's best. Can I use more than one? That's why when you talk with Joe in a few minutes, we encourage people to come in for counseling so they can get help figuring out which one's best for them. But we offer programs, various programs, local as well as the county program. Clients can get anywhere from $10,000 of assistance up to $25,000 of assistance. And the programs that we administer, the money can be used to make a down payment on a home. It can be used for closing costs. It can be used to lower the interest rate. Anything that will help make that home more affordable to you. Unfortunately, what it can't be used for is to pay off any debts or buy furniture or things like that. It has to be to make that home more affordable to you. And also, I know Carmen, the HFA, administers a $15,000 assistance program, and believe it or not, with our assistance programs, you can combine our money with the county's money, and even in some cases, money, yeah. Right. So, for example, if someone purchased a home in Pinellas County, they may be eligible to get $20,000 of assistance, but we could also partner with the HFA's program, which would be another $15,000 of assistance. So we have a lot of tools in our toolkit to help make that home even more affordable. And the best news of all with our assistance programs, no interest ever, and you make no payments for the first 5 years. Oh, wow. After 5 years, you'll start to make a payment, and the most it'll ever be is $83 a month. Oh. So I think that's pretty affordable. I think you can plan budgeting now to be ready in 5 years.
I'm fully awake now.
Julian, do you need an application?
We'll talk.
He's ready. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we, our counselors, and Joe will talk about this, can help you identify if you can use more than one depending on where you're buying. And there are income limits to qualify for the programs. And, we have a lot of tools depending on how low or how high your income is. There are a lot of options out there.
That's the great thing about all these programs, and I know that you have a spreadsheet that kind of shows the programs and everything. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get the link up there for people so they can look at that as well. So Joe, let me ask you something. As the Home Ownership Center manager, you oversee the programs that help citizens get ready to purchase a home. Tell us a little bit more about what that entails.
Well, yes, as Carrie was mentioning, I think we're really two parts to our programs in a sense that one of the first things we're looking for is what down payment assistance programs can you use and qualify for. And as Carrie mentioned, you could use more than one, and we want you to use as much assistance money as available as do these county programs. They want you to use all the dollars that you can to help you assist to get into the home. But the second thing that we're really trying to do is to help folks become mortgage ready as well. I think that's an important point because we definitely want you to use down payment assistance monies, and you might be able to qualify for that, but we've got to work, if need be, we'll work with you to take those steps to get you ready to buy a home as well. And it's more than just credit. Credit is one of the issues that we look at, but we expand on that as well. We look at what they call debt-to-income ratios and savings and budgeting and all that kind of stuff as well. But our goal is really at Tampa Bay CDC to take you from point A to point B to point C through the process, and obviously to use down payment assistance monies as well.
Well, and it's so great because you teach people about the budgeting, which so many people in these days, they aren't taught that. I know years ago when I went to high school, we actually had basic budgeting classes where, you were taught to think about all the things that you would spend money on a month, once you moved out of the home of your parents and were on your own, and to figure out how you were going to survive. And most people I talk to these days really don't even think about it. They don't really have a clue what they're spending their money on. And so I know I tell them, part of this home buyer class, they're going to talk about budgeting and the differences between owning and renting and all that, but the budgeting piece is so huge.
True, very, very important. You've familiar with the saying, numbers don't lie, and it's very true. The monies that you bring home versus the money you spend, and sometimes if you don't have a budgeting plan, it's hard to, as you just mentioned, to realize that. And you got to almost account for what's the money I'm taking in, but let me account for the money I'm spending as well. And there is a little, there is a commitment when it comes to buying a home. It's a responsibility, and it doesn't just end when you buy that home. When you become that homeowner, there's still expenses out there. So the last thing we want is for anybody to get into a home and be in a very tight position. We want to make sure that not only do you get home ownership, use down payment assistance monies, but also are a successful home buyer as well, and continued future with that as well.
Yeah, be comfortable in the home that you own.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So how often do you guys offer that home buyer education class, and where?
Those classes, we've actually expanded a little bit on those classes. We offer the classes in Pinellas County, the class, and in Pasco County as well. In Pinellas County, the classes are offered on a monthly basis, usually once a month basis. They are on a Saturday, those classes, of kind of a full day class. The classes that we do in Pasco County, because we work with Pasco County's assistants as well, those classes are offered virtually twice a month. Kind of broke those classes up into two parts, 2 nights usually. Okay. With the demand for the classes in Pasco County, we've actually just added some new classes as well. So they've added some additional classes out there to help folks with that. And the key with taking that home buyers workshop, not only is it a good education to learn what the process is for down payment assistance and home buying, at the end of the workshop you'll obtain a home buyer's certificate, a home buyer's workshop certificate, which is needed to apply for the down payment assistance funds.
And I always tell people, when you get that certificate, keep it, save it, and don't lose it, because you have to give a copy to your lender.
Correct.
And Carmen, we just actually this year started doing in Pinellas County both English and monthly Spanish classes.
I was just going to ask about that.
Yes.
That is correct. I'm glad you brought that up, Carrie. Monthly Spanish classes in Pinellas County as well, and then I believe quarterly in Pasco County. Once every 3 months in Pasco County, they have Spanish classes available as well.
That is so great. One thing I want to touch on, too, on your credit repair. Now, the assistance is free, right?
Yes, yes.
And is there a cost for them for a credit pull?
Correct. That's the only charge that we have. It is a cost to pull the credit reports. Currently, it's $21.40 to pull the credit report. It is what they call a tri-merge credit report, all 3 credit bureaus in one.
The good credit
It
reports.
also is what they call a soft pull. Has no effect on the credit score at all.
Oh, great.
Okay, so people, I know that's sometimes a big concern. Soft pull will not affect the score. It's just for review purposes. It also comes with the 3 scores, which are the FICO scores. And the reason that we pull the FICO scores is that's what the lenders pull when it comes to mortgages. And we also give the homeowners a copy of their credit report as well. We can sit down with them. We can take a look at that credit. We can analyze to see, okay, if there's some negatives that are hurting us, what do we have to do to get those corrected? And we can help you with that, as well as building some positives on the credit report as well. It really is an education when it comes to credit, and we can sit down and kind of educate you how the scoring system works, what to do to build the credit scores. And I'm always mentioning in my meetings or even in the homebuyers workshop, I'm saying it's not just for buying a home. You want your credit to be good to buy a home, don't get me wrong, but every time you turn around, everything nowadays is credit.
Including employment.
Employment,
Insurance,
utilities, everything. So
Everything.
obviously it's a key factor. And that is, and I think you bring up an excellent point, that's something that you can do yourself. We can help you. We assist you. We work with you on that. We give you the education and the knowledge to do that. It's something that you could work for yourself. You don't have to pay services to do that.
That's the important thing. I get so many calls of people saying, well, yeah, I've been working on my credit for 3-4 years with, this company over here paying them hundreds of dollars every month, and my credit's gotten worse. I'm like, oh, please, please, please. Just don't even talk to them anymore. Just run right down, get yourself over to these guys. They will help you, and it's free. They will actually make a difference. Not overnight. It's going to take time, as things do, but at least you won't be paying them a fee that you could be dedicating towards your bills.
Building your credit, yeah.
Correct.
I do have one question. After people sort of start taking these classes, how long do they have when they go through the process to actually start the process of buying a house?
Well, if I can answer that, when they take the classes, the certificate is generally good for 1 year in Pinellas County and the surrounding counties. Pasco counties is a little different. If you use Pasco County's assistance, their certificate is good for 2 years, but everybody else is 1 year. Our goal is to have them take that homebuyers workshop, get educated there, take that first step, and then maybe come in and sit down with somebody at Tampa Bay Community Development so we can do it more in a one-on-one basis now. Those homebuyers workshops are more a general class with everybody in there. You come into counseling, we sit down with you and look at your individual situation. Now let's look at your credit. Let's look at your debts versus income. Let's look at your situation. And if there needs to be some improvement, we'll take the steps to help you get there. If not, we can certainly start to move forward with goals of down payment assistance and mortgage readiness.
And I'd like to just make a comment, too. I often tell people the counseling is not just if you have credit issues or if you feel you have financial issues. Even if you think you're ready, I often have said our counselors are like your silent partner. And, we're there to advise you, and we only have your best interest. We can help you maneuver through the maze of getting a mortgage, the documents you get and you don't understand them, trying to pick which mortgage might be best for you. So it's beyond just if you feel you have issues. It's someone that can really kind of maneuver you through that whole process and all the different partners you'll be working with.
Because even if it's not your first home, this is something you don't do every day. We work in the business. We do this every day. So we know this stuff, but people maybe every 5-10 years, some of them even longer than that, will go through the process of buying a new home. And you forget. You get through it the first time, it's like, oh, put that ugliness out of my head. I got the key to my house. I'm good to go.
True.
And so, at least they can even come back and say, hi, 5 years ago I came here and now I'm upgrading my house. Can you help me, start again? I don't really remember what we did.
Well, and obviously, Julian, you busted the myth that I'm 29 because I've been with CDC a long time.
Uh-oh.
But you know what we're starting to see, and it's actually very gratifying. Some clients that we help purchase homes now are referring their children
Oh, wow.
who are wanting
Oh
to
my gosh,
get
that's
in
cool.
the path and referring them to come for credit counseling so they can start off on the right path. And I love that. I just love the fact that it made such a difference, and they know I'm going to get my children started early and on the right path.
That is so
That's
nice.
so important. That's so important.
It is.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, but could you tell me a little bit more about your home repair loan program?
Sure. That is a program, again, that we're working with Pinellas County and the City of Largo to assist residents with repairs of their home or upgrades of their home. The maximum amount that you can qualify for is $40,000, and what you get is really determined by what other liens you already have on the property. So not everybody is entitled for the maximum. But what that process involves is initial one-on-one meeting to look at your eligibility. Again, there are income limits, and if you meet the criteria, they'll look at what it is you want to have done, and then we'll actually send someone out to do a write-up of the work. You know, anything that's code-related or anything that may be a hazard, obviously, that's the first thing that has to be done. We certainly want to address if you have a wish list of things, but we want to also make sure that your home is going to be safe and up to code at the end of the process. So, you know, once everything is approved and you select a contractor, then the work starts right after you sign on the dotted line and we close and the work begins. So, you know, sometimes it's a very quick process, but depending on what work needs to be done, you know, the construction period could be several months depending on what has to be done.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a great program. The payment will really be based on your level of income. We're going to look at what other payments you have right now. And, you know, the county doesn't want to add another $500 a month payment. So they're able to tailor the payment to still keep it affordable with your other monthly obligations.
Perfect.
It's very important as well.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys, you doing that in Pinellas and Pasco, right? That repair program?
No, the repair program we're just doing in Pinellas.
Okay.
In the unincorporated areas of Pinellas and within the city of Largo. If someone does live in St. Petersburg or Clearwater in the city limits, those cities do have local programs. They just don't work through a nonprofit. They deal with that locally.
Individually. Okay.
Right.
All right. So what is your website and your phone number for people?
It's www.tampabaycdc.org, and our phone number is 727-442-7075. If anyone wants to apply for down payment assistance or housing counseling, our applications are on our website. You can be pre-approved for down payment assistance. That's something a little bit unusual that we do, is we strongly believe just like you're going to get your money lined up with your lender, we want you to get it lined up with us as well. That way when you go shopping, you know, all right, I meet their criteria, I meet the mortgage, and now I can go shopping.
You know, I have to laugh because I had a call yesterday from someone who had gone through the homebuyer education class, and then they said that, you know, well, now they want me to go back and get pre-qualified for the assistance. Well, shouldn't I go to a lender first? And I said, really, it works hand in hand. You can go through them because they are aware of just about all of the programs that are out there, and they're going to show you which ones you would qualify for. And then when you go to the lender, you're already going to have knowledge of what's out there. And the lenders will have knowledge too, and then you'll be able to ask questions and get better direction. oh, okay, I thought I was putting the cart before the horse. I'm like, no, they've got you covered. You're on track for this. And so it was kind of a fun conversation and, to have with people. Because it's like you say, the good news is there's a lot of programs and the bad news is there's a lot of programs.
Well, and I think people have the misconception one program's the same as the other.
They're not.
I hear that all the time. Well, you do down payment assistance. Down payment assistance is down payment assistance. I said, no, it's very different from county to county, even from city to city.
Exactly. I mean, and even then when you go to the state program, I mean, there's enough subtle differences it can mess you up. I mean, between the county does deferred for 5 years. I do deferred until they pay off the first, refinance, sell the home, or cease to occupy it. That's a huge difference.
That's why we need Joe, right, Joe?
That's it. We try to explain, there's, as you just mentioned, there's many different options out there, but let's give you them all. Let's educate you on it. There's down payment assistance monies out there to be used. Let's use it.
Yeah, and then talk to them about the layering and how that all affects the first mortgage and everything too. I know I sometimes get in the weeds trying to explain that to people, and it's like, honestly, go and take those classes because you will learn so much, and you'll be able to ask even better questions. And they said, but I want to learn it all. I said, no, you're going to be educated just enough to know now the questions you need to be asking as you're going through this process. They're like, oh, okay. So that's always different, too.
Yeah, that's true.
So are you thinking, when I'm talking to people, is it better for me to tell them to go on the website to register or to call you guys and register, or does it make any difference?
As far as for the classes, either way, I think would be fine. They definitely want to register in advance for those classes. Those do fill up quite a bit, so it's a good idea to go on, either go online or contact Tampa Bay CDC directly to do that. Either way is absolutely okay.
Are all your services online or just the homebuyer education?
All of our services, as far as what's available on the
or
website?
As far as registering for them?
Yes, you can obtain applications online to do that. For appointments, all of that is online. That's available. So a lot of folks nowadays getting on the computer, certainly an option as well. All of the services, you can access applications online for that.
And you're conveniently located down off of Belcher and Northeast Coachman?
Yeah, we're in Clearwater. We're at 2139 Northeast Coachman Road. And we're open from 8:30 to 5. And so if there's any questions, you can give us a call. You can stop in. It is important, though. I know we get a lot of people who do come in and want to wait for an appointment that day. We don't, unfortunately, have that luxury, so you do need to schedule an appointment.
We also have a location in Pasco as well. For folks that are in the Pasco area, we have a small satellite office in Pasco County in Newport Richey, so we can direct folks that are in that area there as well. And I wanted to mention, same thing with the homebuyers workshops, the ones that we do in Pasco, we do them both in East Pasco and in West Pasco as well. So.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
And I will mention some, the classes, if you miss one in Clearwater and you want to go to one in Newport Richey, there's that option. And on our website, when you register, there is a limited number of seats. So if you're looking to come to one class and you can't make that one, call the office, because our front desk staff is great about letting you know what other ones are there, and maybe we can switch you over to a different location. So don't get discouraged if the one you wanted is full. You may be able to put on a wait list, or we'll get you into another one.
You guys are truly one-stop shopping for people. It's amazing how much you guys do. And I keep feeling like there's a program I know you guys do that I've forgotten to bring up today, but I can't think of what it is. We've touched on just about everything.
Well, we do administer, if we have a minute or two. I don't know. Joe, do you want to talk about the Hardest Hit program?
Really quick.
Really quick?
Well, the Hardest Hit program, really quick, is assistance that can help folks that are unfortunately lost a job, had some sort of a hardship, that their mortgage payments can be made for up to 12 months and to be brought current. So it kind of gives them some breathing space where they don't have to worry about their mortgage payment anymore
and losing their
and
house.
concentrate on improving their financial situation.
Yes. Now that was great information and a great place to end on. Actually, this has been an amazing conversation.
And you're awake.
Yes, I am
Good
fully.
job.
You got my attention. Hopefully, the people listening got their attention as well. And I'd like to thank Carrie and Joe, both from the Tampa Bay Community Development Corporation.
Thank you.
And you can listen to us on WRXB 1590 AM and 96.5 FM. We look forward to having you join us next month. If you missed any part of the show or would like to view past shows, check out our website or catch us on YouTube. I'm Julian Hills.
I'm Carmen Lemberg.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and remember to have a great day.